Welcome back to the Eternal Wrestling Podcast. I'm your host, Jacob, and this is another wonderful episode of our fantasy booking series, Reckoning, where legends from the past meet current stars from today, engage in unique rivalries and championship showdowns. So, last week, we had the Vanguard Championship on the line as Damian Priest beat Johnny Gargano. The Undertaker sent a cryptic message to Drew McIntyre, and the Outsiders, Scott Hall and Kevin Nash, decided to challenge the nWo's, Bronson Reed and Braun Strowman, to a match at the pay-per-view June 6th, Malice, in a parking lot brawl. The Sandman, he beat down Jungle Boy to send a message to Bray Wyatt. And in our main event, RVD passed out Darby Allin in a hard-fought battle. And now, onto our show. This is the go-home show before Malice, this Saturday, June 6th. The show opens up with the rated R superstar, Adam Copeland. He makes his way down to the ring with a microphone, and he's calling out his teammate, tag team partner, Macho Man Randy Savage. Anyways, Copeland, he's talking to the crowd here, but he goes on to say that he's questioning the motives that Macho Man has about putting his opponent, his foot on the rope during his last singles match. And by working together with Macho Man, sure, they haven't exactly been able to take down the nWo like they had wanted, but they've had some good matches and beat the nWo in singles competition. But now he's just really wondering, what the hell is wrong with you, Macho? How about you come here tonight, talk to me like a man, and let's settle this. Let's clear the air. Macho Man Randy Savage, his music plays, and he's dressed in all black. Black bandana, black cutoff shirt, jeans. His shades are black. He's got a microphone. He walks back and forth on the entrance ramp until finally he looks down at Adam Copeland and he says, no. Drops the mic and leaves. The crowd rains down boos here as we cut to a commercial break. On to segment 2. This is our semifinals in our tag team tournament match. The winners of this match will go on to face the Hardys in a tables match for the tag team titles at the pay-per-view. Out comes the Motor City Machine Guns, Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley, and they are taking on the very dominant Kings of the Black Throne, Aleister Black and Brody King, who are undefeated still within our series. The match starts here, and it starts off to a very fast pace. The Machine Guns, quick tags, double team maneuvers, keeping the larger men off balance, just trying to keep that momentum rolling as the match progresses. And then the Kings, they are able to take down this damage, and eventually they wait for their opening. And the atmosphere seems to shift when Brody King catches Alex Shelley, who's flying midair, and transitions this into a big power bomb. The whole ring shakes. And from there, the Kings, they slow down the match, cutting down the momentum that the Machine Guns had to progress this far. They become very methodical here. And then towards the finish of the match, they hit a double team strike that leaves Shelley prone, followed by a big double team power bomb. 1, 2, 3. The Kings of the Black Throne will face the Hardys at our pay-per-view to crown new tag team champions. On to segment 3, we have Cactus Jack taking on Tommaso Ciampa. My shadow knows my story. And this match, since the opening bell, it becomes a bloodbath very quickly. Ciampa, he's treating this almost like an execution here. He's just very aggravated over all the drama that's happened with Johnny Gargano and how Johnny turned his back on him. So he's very aggressive, using all this past drama just to drive him in this match. And he starts by targeting Cactus Jack's face. Just stiff shot, close fist punches. And Cactus Jack, he responds, sheer grit. And eventually he grabs a garbage can to try to level the playing field here. And by 10 minutes within this match, both men are busted open, this crimson mask, bleeding. And then as we work towards the finish, we see a desperation here. Chair shots. Ciampa, he evades a double arm DDT, and then he delivers a series of vicious knees to the temple of Cactus Jack. And finally, he's in the corner. He pulls down his knee pad. He hits that big running knee strike to Cactus Jack. Covers him. 1, 2, 3. And your winner, Tommaso. Post-match, Ciampa helps Cactus to his feet. Both men, they nod at each other. And they shake hands, signaling that there's a mutual sign of respect here. despite the brutality that has happened between them. I just want to take a quick moment to say that if you're enjoying our series, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode from us here at the Eternal Wrestling Podcast. And anyways, on a segment 4 here, we get another singles match. The Honky Tonk Man taking on Bray Wyatt. Firefly Funhouse version of Bray here. It is red sweater. So this match, Bray, he's kind of playing with Honky Tonk Man here, using that psychological edge and warfare that he has, until eventually he puts him away with a quick Sister Abigail. Gets the pinfall victory, wins this one, and as he's kneeling over the beaten down Honky Tonk Man, the lights flicker a little bit, and the Sandman emerges from the crowd. He slides into the ring. He's got a beer in one hand, that Singapore cane kendo stick in the other. He takes that beer can and smashes it upside the head of Bray Wyatt. And he just kendo stick, Singapore cane shot, just cracking the back and the ribs of Bray. Bray, he's writhing in pain. It looks like Sandman slides out of the ring. He says, "I'll see you at Malice." And then the camera pans back to Bray. While he's holding his ribs, he's smiling. He's laughing even. And a graphic pops up on the screen. At Malice, it will be a no-holds-barred match between these two men. On to segment 5 here. Vader. Big Van Vader's taking on DDP, Diamond Dallas Page. So DDP, he makes his way out first, and then out comes Vader. The smoke comes up from the entrance ramp. He makes his way down to the ring, and he's about to climb up those steel steps when all of a sudden, bam, bam, Bigelow flies over the barricade, and these two men get to a big brawl before this singles match could even take place. And Bam Bam, since he got the jump on him, he's just using the steel ring post, the steps, just slamming Vader into whatever foreign object is close enough to cause great damage here. And then he rolls Vader into the ring, and with this, Vader, he's able to get up to his feet though. And the ref's like, "You good? You want to do this?" He nods, the bell rings, Vader goes charging in, but since DDP's fresh, he's able to hit a diamond cutter very quick here. Get the cover. 1, 2, 3. He picks up a quick victory, but it is tarnished because of the interference. On to our next segment. A Vanguard title eliminator match, where if Eddie Kingston is able to beat Damian Priest, he gets a future title shot. So this match is very physical, hard-hitting, and Priest, he is trying to stay technical, but Kingston keeps dragging this match back at you. Kind of like a street brawl type of match, chopping at the chest of Damian Priest. And towards the final minutes of this match, they're trading finishers back and forth. And so Priest, he counters that spinning back fist, big high knee, grabs the throat of Kingston, south of heaven choke slam, and gets the cover to win. He leaves the ring, and as he's leaving the ring, out comes the Game, Triple H. This is long hair, like 2008 Triple H, by the way. He marches out. He's got his sledgehammer on his shoulder. He's got that leather denim kind of jacket. He gets into the ring and he's standing over the beaten down Eddie Kingston. He's telling him that he's nothing but a failure as a performer and that he plans to permanently scrub Kingston from this roster, as Kingston is nothing more than an embarrassment to the game. In our next segment, we have the Young Bucks come out and they send a challenge to Umaga, saying that if he wants to beat down both of them, how about we have a handicap match and we show this monster how the Young Bucks really do things. Out comes Umaga's manager, Estrada. He appears on the stage and he's smirking and informs them that if they want another beatdown, they got it. And next week, they can receive the punishment. And we get another singles match here. Johnny Gargano. He has been steadily declining and kind of losing himself over these past months and weeks as he decided to just leave DIY and leave Tommaso Ciampa in the dust. Last week, he was going to try to use the Vanguard Championship to cheat in his match against Damian Priest in order to win. But he spotted Tommaso Ciampa in the crowd, flipped the bird, had his former tag team partner, and, well, that was enough for Damian to capitalize and get that win. So, Gargano, he's taking on Jon Moxley here. Bell rings, and Gargano, he enters, like I mentioned, he's got this chip on his shoulder. He's been losing, and he wants a win here. He wants to prove that, he's able to stand on his own 2 feet. But even though there's a lot of stiff strikes and counter strikes here, Moxley, he takes a big super kick on the jaw. He just shakes it off. He kind of smiles. He wants a fight. And eventually, he's able to beat down Gargano and trap him in a rear bulldog choke. and he's just cranking back on the head and the neck of Gargano here. Gargano, he's fighting. He's trying to crawl off the rope. He's trying to get that bottom rope, but he's in the middle of the ring. He has nowhere to go. As much as he fights, Moxley just drags him back until eventually he has nowhere to go and taps out. Next up is our main event of the evening, our 6-man tag team match, where we see the nWo, Hollywood Hogan, Bronson Reed, and Braun Strowman. They make their way out. This message is presented by the New World Order. Hogan, he's playing the world title like a guitar as he's flanked by his 2 big men. They make their way down, and then enters our number 1 contender for the world title, Finn Balor. He does the thigh pats and he throws his arms up. And the crowd does the same. And then the outsiders, Scott Hall and Kevin Nash, are right behind him. And they make their way to the ring as a group. And the bell rings and our main event is underway. So for the first 15 minutes here, the nWo, they're controlling the ring. Strowman and Reed, they're using their weight, their size to isolate a Scott Hall, driving him into the barricade, cutting the ring in half, so he has nowhere to escape or tag any of his partners. They're tagging in, they're tagging out to keep each other fresh here, till eventually, towards the climax of this match, Finn Balor, he gets that hot tag. He's tagged in, and he finally meets Hogan in the ring, and he enters this match just blur, fast as can be, striking down Hogan, hitting a sling blade that almost takes off the head of the world champion. The crowd, they're on their feet. They're loving this until he climbs up to the top rope. He's going to hit the coup de grace. The crowd, they're on their feet. They get silent. The anticipation is growing. It's culminating here. And then a big chair shot. The steel smacks into the back of Finn Balor as Braun Strowman attacks him. The ref, he signals for the bell. Ding, ding, ding. It's a DQ. The outsiders and Finn Balor win. But Finn Balor, he falls down off that top rope. So the nWo members, they systematically take down the outsiders on the outside of the ring. They just beat them down like they're trash here. And then Hogan, he orders Strowman to pin down Finn Balor here. So he's got his arms pinned behind him. Hogan, he just smacking Finn Balor back and forth across the face, just trash talking him, spitting on him. He grabs that world title. He runs and he cracks it into the head of the Prince, Finn Balor. Then he's laid out. Then he orders the nWo members to clear off the announce table. So Reed and Strowman, they're clearing off the table. All 3 nWo members on the outside. The 2 big men, Reed and Strowman, they pick up Finn Balor, a big double power bomb of sorts, through the announce table. He goes crashing down. Finn is laid out. The outsiders are laid out. Hogan, he hoists that spray-painted nWo title up high in the air, and all 3 of the nWo members stand tall to end out our episode. With that being said, as I mentioned before, June 6th, this Saturday, is our free pay-per-view, Malice. Every match has a stipulation. We will get new tag team champions, finally, in a tables match. The Hardys taking on the Kings of the Black Throne, where both members of these teams have to be put through a table in order to win. Bam Bam Bigelow versus Vader in a last man standing match. A parking lot brawl. The nWo's Bronson Reed and Braun Strowman taking on the outsiders, Kevin Nash and Scott Hall. The Sandman taking on Bray Wyatt in a no-holds-barred match. And for our main event, with the world title on the line in an ambulance match, Finn Balor taking on the world champion, Hollywood Hulk Hogan. That's going to do it for this episode, guys. I hope you have enjoyed listening and are excited about this episode Saturday. With that, I hope you guys have a great morning or night whenever you listen to this, and I'll catch you in the next one.